And off we go from Buffalo. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. And he'll take it for 4 yards on the game's first play. Here's a 2nd and 6. That's Washington, the man in motion. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll go with a counter on first down. And he will wiggle his way forward for a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
Hey, kill! Hey, I'm gun. Go!
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That's downfield, and he's got Andrews, his tight end. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
All right, let's go.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And this offensive line creating running space. He'll get 6 and get inside the 10-yard line.
Hey, run!
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll try and run right on the option. To the pylon, he's in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. And this play's going nowhere. Taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. A short throw caught by Kincaid. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down. From out of the gun, he'll throw. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Here we go, sack. Check go.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 41-yard line.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
2nd and a yard. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Great job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. 2nd and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it 3rd and 1 and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard.
Here we go.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. 15-yard pickup there. First down, Jacksonville.
A gain of 15. First down, Jaguars.
We are through one. 7-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this.
Ready?
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Hey, go, go. Go, go. Big 13 heavy. Here we go.
Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Cole Bishop up to make the play. Second down and 8. They'll stick with him again. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Mike, I have to be honest. When offenses come up with run play designs, blocking the corner is not really a big priority. But in this case, great job not only forcing it on the outside, but defeating the block, coming up and making the tackle, and keeping it to no gain.
They need the 24-yard line as they come up for 3rd down. Back to throw. Lawrence. going for it all. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Darnell Washington. Touchdown, Jaguars.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time. And what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket. Let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball. And that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30.
Okay, ready? Ready?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. I mean, that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup. But instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception.
18, Pioneer.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Pass complete right side to Kincaid. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on...
business. This is highly recommended. This for all of my pushing the limit. Mile high got me over here for the flight attendant.
Yeah, I've been around the world and and seen them thing that I can't buy. See, reaching these type of heights, it come with a third eye. I'm better at betting on me, the numbers don't lie.
That's how we rollin'. You know them gold diggers, want to pick of the litter, burying them hidden figures. I keep them triple hitters, call them silverback gorillas, going 8-8, and you know ain't nobody. What up?
Showtime. Yeah, this is the big ticket. Culture Cop Town. I'm talking that King Richard. It's like a movie. I'm seeing the bigger picture. These fellas are Cinderellas. I'm crushing them glass slippers.
On sight, I give you the green light. This all bark. We all bite.
You gambling with your life? Let's roll the dice.
Don't be some problems if this dog in a fight.
That's right.
Legendary.
Open them wide. And if I pull up with a few,
We can't arrange that.
dropping out of the blue.
You know what? That.
All I wanna do is and just take your money. All I wanna do is and just take your money.
Hip hop took this globe.
We done did it.
Wanna see a mogul? We showing you how to pivot. Got this from DMC. Let's run with it. Took the fundamentals and having some fun with it.
These songs, King Kong, my team strong. Godzilla set fire to whatever I breathe on. Got the killers in choir all singing my theme song.
I could never do this alone. Still Dre, still on top, still got it. The Sonic still iconic, they still the product. I seen the money coming, I showed you that I'm a prophet.
And I'm riding shotgun in case get out of pocket. Why you wanna press the issue? You need to stop it. Keep a lawyer on retainer for depositions and dockets. Back to the topic in case you forgot it. Anonymous head bobbing, baby, keep that popping front.
Baby, I'm just trying to get
Legendary.
open them wide.
Sounding like
Mind if I pull up with a few?
We can't arrange that.
Dropping out of the blue.
You know what? That.
All I wanna do is and just take your money. All I wanna do is and just take your money.
Yes, them a look good in my tight little dress. Fuck it up and me make the man them obsessed. Put in the work when we dance and we sweat. Dangerous when you get smooth like the skin on my face. Draw figure 8 when we wind up my waist. Bumper and boom, we no need either wait. If you get it to the top of the place.
We are just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Fall is in the air and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Go!
Beginning the drive here with Armstead. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll set up to throw. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. Running right through him. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Armstead running straight ahead. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And the Bills had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's so early in the season it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
Well, this defense for the Jags, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Here's Corey Bojorquez now.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 14-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showing some tough running there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And his throw is incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense. It's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Now Lawrence.
He's going to launch it for Washington. Oh, wide open, complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play that time for Jacksonville. 62 yards.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Darnell Washington.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Jaguars have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a...
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here's Corey Bojorquez to punt this thing away. Fielded at the 33. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Let's go.
And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Second and 10.
Here we go.
Now a give, right side. Gaines. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So here's a 3rd and 14. They go play action with Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
On red.
First down, Jacksonville.
They'll run on first down. Gaines. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit.
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Going with Armstead, a first down carry. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Now back to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. On his horse. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Hey, easy. Route.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Touchdown, Jaguars! Brian Thomas, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The quarterback stayed in the pocket. He got licked for it, but it paid off. Touchdown.
Talk about a true strength throw. People wrapped around him, taking a hit, and still has the ability to get it downfield for a touchdown pass. Phenomenal.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. This taken in right around the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
The Bills on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10.
Chop 60, chop 60. Check go.
They'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Easy, 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 easy. Hey, 11, again.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there. Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Lawrence will throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be.
Here's Lawrence.
To the right side, incomplete to Washington. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
On the end around, this is Thomas.
And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. No, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
That is caught.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Here we go, here we go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Come on, set.
They'll look to throw again. Right side, this is Morton. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills touchdown.
A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Bills are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half.
Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts this lead down to 13.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. It'll be a gain of 5. 3rd and 7 now.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
30 left.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence.
Here's a diving catch right side. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
He finds his man, complete. That's Manning. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there. 28 yards. And the Jags are able to add on to that lead.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it. Pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. A throw caught here by Morton. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
He'll get this into the hands of Morton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards for number 11.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
A short throw pulled in by...
Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Jags grab it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
We just saw the dilemma for every coach. You want them to fight for the extra yardage, but somehow continue to cover the football. Oftentimes when you fight that hard, the ball becomes exposed.
Defensively, it's obvious they're trying to be more aggressive. First tackle a little too aggressive. Second one, though, they strip it loose. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Hey, let's go.
On first down, Gaines. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Gaines. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And this one is no good. He missed it.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
And the Jaguars will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Back now in Buffalo. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 2.
Hey, go!
Now a handoff up the middle. Gains. And again, this Buffalo defense there in run support to stop him behind the line.
30 left.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
They'll run on first down. Gains.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on his faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
25 yards to pick up there and also a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Now a give right side. Gains. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Lawrence.
Over the middle, complete. That's Thomas. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there.
His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from a few.
And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
And it looks like the defense has got it.
And they will set up shop red zone territory at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Rip, 23.
Now a give right side. Gaines. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
124 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gaines. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Toward the pylon, caught. And the Jags are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
Here we go, son.
They'll try to run this one in. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Here we go, son.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it. And the Jags come up with a late turnover. But it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Jags, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home.
Point,